The entire AI revolution, this incredible boom we're seeing, has a secret weak spot. It's a single point of failure that almost no one is talking about. And if this one domino falls, the entire global market could reset overnight. We're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry built on a foundation far more fragile than anyone realizes. Right now, it feels like unstoppable growth. Big tech profits are soaring. The market is euphoric. Everyone is buying into the AI future. From Wall Street investors to everyday consumers, it seems like a guaranteed bet, a one-way ticket to explosive returns. We see companies like Nvidia and Microsoft hitting new highs every week, and we assume this trajectory is just ... natural. But this entire boom, this whole technological leap, is balanced on a razor's edge. It has a hidden choke point that could bring everything to a grinding halt. Let's talk about Nvidia. Their stock has gone absolutely stratospheric, and for good reason. They designed the GPUs that power pretty much every major AI model out there. They are the undisputed king. But here's what most people get wrong. Nvidia doesn't actually make their own chips. They are a design company. They create the brilliant blueprints, the architectural genius behind the hardware, but the physical manufacturing, the process of turning that design into a silicon reality, happens somewhere else entirely. This is the crucial distinction. Designers versus manufacturers. And the manufacturing is concentrated in one specific place. That place is a company called TSMC, a Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company. This isn't just another tech company. It is the engine powering the modern world. Apple's, iPhones, AMD's processors, and yes, nearly all of Nvidia's most advanced AI chips are made by TSMC. This concentration is extreme. We're not just talking about one company. We're talking about one company located almost entirely on one island. The world's most advanced, most critical technological components all come from a place smaller than many US states. The entire AI revolution is being forged in a handful of factories in Taiwan. So, why can't anyone else just step up and replace TSMC? Why can't we just build a backup? It's not that simple. First, the level of precision required is almost unimaginable. We're talking about etching circuits so small you could fit millions of them on the head of a pin. This requires machines that only one company in the world makes, a Dutch firm called ASML. Getting one of their advanced machines is a decade-long plus process. Second, TSMC has decades of accumulated experience, a deep institutional knowledge that can't be replicated overnight. Even their biggest competitor, Samsung, has struggled for years to match TSMC's manufacturing quality and yield, which is the percentage of good chips per wafer. There is no backup factory waiting in the wings. There is no plan B. And that brings us to the Taiwan problem. This isn't just a political headline. It's a massive, flashing red light for the global economy. The geopolitical tensions in the region are escalating. Military exercises and preparations are becoming more frequent. If a conflict were to break out, the global supply lines for advanced chips wouldn't just be disrupted. They would collapse instantly. And here's the key part. Even if the factories themselves remained physically untouched, they would become operationally dead. TSMC's own chairman has said the highly sophisticated facilities depend on real-time connections with the outside world for materials, diagnostics, and software. Cut those connections, and the world's most advanced factory becomes a useless building. Okay, so why not just move manufacturing to the US or Europe? We hear about new fabs being built in Arizona and Germany, and that sounds like a solution. But it isn't, at least not for the foreseeable future. These projects are facing massive delays, cost overruns, and a severe shortage of the skilled workforce needed to run them. More importantly, the new fabs in the US won't be producing the most cutting-edge 3nm chips for years. By the time they come online, TSMC's fabs in Taiwan will have already moved on to the next generation. The intricate ecosystem of suppliers, engineers, and specialized knowledge that surrounds TSMC in Taiwan is irreplaceable. The American fabs are a good first step, but they are years away from breaking our dependency. Now, let's play out the scenario that no investor wants to even think about. Imagine TSMC goes offline, for any reason. The domino effect would be immediate and catastrophic. First, Nvidia's supply of AI chips evaporates. Their stock plummets, and they have nothing to sell. Then, Apple can't make new iPhones. AMD can't make processors for laptops and data centers. The ripple effect then hits the biggest buyers of these chips, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft. Their plans to build out massive AI data centers and cloud infrastructure freeze. Suddenly, the progress of everything from generative AI and cloud computing to self-driving cars and medical research comes to a dead stop. One single point of failure brings the entire global tech ecosystem to its knees. So what's the takeaway here? The AI boom is very real. The technology is transformative, but its foundation is incredibly fragile. The future isn't guaranteed just because the stock market says it is. We need to think beyond the hype and recognize the system's profound weak points. This isn't about spreading fear. It's about promoting awareness. The next decade of technological progress depends on our ability to understand and address this single, critical vulnerability. Thanks for watching. If you found this insightful, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the technology that shapes our world.